Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to Singled Out Wealth. I'm Anna and I help single parents crush their financial goals, whether it's to buy a house or to just stop living paycheck to paycheck. In this video, we're going over the 5 bad money habits that I had to give up to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Now, these are common things that we do every day, things that come second nature to us, but we don't even know that we're doing it and they're ruining our financial goals. So make sure you stick around to the end because the third tip literally changed my life and you're never gonna guess what it is. Let's get into it. Now, I've never been the one to struggle with making money. However, when it came to keeping the money that was being made, that was a whole nother challenge in itself. Every time money flowed in, the money was going right back out. And the worst part is I never knew what I was doing wrong. It wasn't until I forced myself to sit down and really comb through my bank statements to find out these were the 5 things that I had to give up to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Number 1, being unorganized with money. Jot down on paper my due dates and all the bills that I had to pay, even like birthdays coming up and trips. Everything went down on a little piece of scrap paper, and then I tell myself like, oh, I'll remember it, or oh, I'll refer back to the paper. I never did. I just had this budget in my head, and if you know, the budget in your head is really not a budget at all. If this is you, then you need to create a budget to organize your money. Knowing where your money is going definitely stops with the overspending, and you'll probably be pretty shocked at the areas where you can cut back. This discipline is crucial for breaking free of the paycheck to paycheck cycle and saving more money each month. The most important thing you need to remember when making a budget is pick a budget that works for your lifestyle. So you have a couple different choices. There's the zero-based budget, there's the 50-30-20 budget, and then my personal favorite, the pay yourself first budget. Create a weekly routine where you monitor the money coming in and the money going out. Make sure that every single penny going in and coming out is accounted for, because usually when there's idle money, that is where impulse buying comes in. Well, for me, that may not be your issue, but for me, that is where impulse buying comes in, and I'm buying something that I have no business buying in the first place. And last, you also want to set up weekly goals for yourself. This can be no spend days or saving challenges or income targets, something that you can change each month to keep you motivated to stick to your budget. Number 2, thinking debt is normal. Debt is not normal. I know a lot of us grew up thinking that debt was normal because we've seen our friends and our family do it. And for me, I did. And we just assumed that that was a part of life. You grew up, you got a car payment, you got a mortgage, and that was just the facts of life. However, history has shown that more than likely our parents were just doing what they saw their parents doing or what they picked up along the way. Nobody really taught them how to manage the money, so this is just what they did. So by shifting our mindset to debt being something that we should avoid, or looking at it as free money that could be paid back later, you end up prioritizing paying debt off and avoid taking new debt without good reason. If your goal is to pay down or completely pay off your debt, here's what you want to do. List all of your debt and organize them by interest rate. Start paying off the ones with the highest interest rate first. This is called the debt avalanche method. Not only does it help pay down the interest rate first or fast, it also helps speed up the overall process of paying off debt. Avoid taking on new debt unless it's absolutely necessary. Every new loan and every new credit card that you apply for or that you get can increase your financial burden and really set back your financial goals. Instead, try saving up for big purchases or looking for other ways that does not include getting into more debt. Before we get into the third tip, I just wanted to let you guys know the credit video is coming. I know I have been putting this video off for literally over a year. So if you still want me to do that video, go ahead and comment, yes, I do. Or if you don't need it, just say, girl, don't even worry about it at this point. Okay, now let's get into the third tip. Number 3, remove the friction. And what I mean by remove the friction is you want to make your budget as simple as possible. So I don't know about you, but if there's anything in between me and my goal, I'm probably like, not gonna do it. And I know that sounds bad, but I mean, it's the truth. So what I did was I set up my budget to be as simple as 1, 2, 3. Every paycheck, I set up a minimum of 10% to go from my paycheck to my savings account. Don't have to think about it. I also set up most of my bills on automatic pay, so therefore I don't have to remember due dates, or I don't have to play the little game with myself of I'll pay it back before it's due. Literally never paid it back. I was always late. Setting up automatic withdrawals for my savings account and my bills, I feel like it took a lot of the excuses away as to why things weren't getting paid. Setting up part of my budget to be an automatic budget literally changed my life, and it took a lot of the financial stress off of me because, again, I no longer had to remember this stuff. Number 4, putting all your eggs in one basket. Because why is your checking and your savings in the same account? Using just one account definitely makes it a little harder to see what you're saving versus what you're spending. If you're using multiple bank accounts, you can set them up for a specific purpose like paying bills or daily usage or even, of course, a savings. This will make it much easier for you to manage your money and also much easier for you to save because it's literally separated into different pots. Now, if you're unsure as to what bank account you should have, I recommend using the High Five banking method by Poised Finance and Lifestyle. I'll go ahead and tag her underneath this video. But basically, you need one checking account for your bills, another checking account for your lifestyle, one savings account for your emergency fund, a second savings account for your long-term savings, and then a third savings account for your short-term savings. Number 5, comparing myself to two-parent household. I used to drive myself crazy with this one. I used to drive myself crazy trying to keep up with the Joneses. I take out loans for sports, like literal sports, sports equipment. I made sure that my kids had the dopest outfit. I was doing everything that I could to sort of kind of overcompensate until I realized that doing this was causing me so much financial stress. So instead of focusing on what other parents had going on or what two-parent households were doing, I started to focus more on myself and stop comparing myself to a family dynamic that literally was not my own. I started to focus on how could I structure my budget that in a way that made sense for my life as a single parent. And what I started to notice was when I started to do that, I felt more encouraged, more confident in the way that I handled money. I started making better financial decisions and just feeling better about my financial journey overall. If you find yourself in this battle of comparison, here are some things that you can do. First, like I said before, you want to set up personal financial goals that make sense for your lifestyle. If you have solely one income, then budget off of one income and make sure that you don't try to overcompensate and went back to school or Christmas, because I feel like those were the times where I had the hardest. 2, you always want to make sure that you celebrate your financial wins, no matter how small they are. Rewards really do matter, and they really do help keep you motivated. And last, you want to make sure that you engage in communities with other like-minded single parents. This will help you stay motivated, you'll have a place to vent, and you will overall just helps you feel like you're not alone. All right, so that is it for today. Those are my 5 things that I had to give up to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video, and don't forget to leave a comment down below. Okay, love you. Bye.